eventually, he got out with one straight. He got out of the window. And I remember still having this little the voice that was trying to converse with the fly still didn't stop even after the fly has found its freedom. And one of the things that I have learned from that is that it could be that the same door that someone went through to arrive at the place where he found himself in some sort of a cage, in some instances, it is also the same door that where freedom is waiting for him. And I haven't thought about this before. It's like trying to find exactly when or where or which point of the life the the child thought that he was not free. And then that's also where he could free himself like the fly. It could be, in some instances, it could be that he doesn't have to build a brand new door or break a wall or destroy something to see the light. It has always been there. And somehow maybe he also found himself trapped in someone's kitchen and slamming himself sometimes on some illusion of what looks like freedom, because he's making these harsh movements without really looking where he is or I feel like I have been exploring someone's kitchen for at least 2 decades. And someone who is seeing this happening is also just rooting for me and saying something like what I was saying to the fly. The freedom is just there. You have to look where you entered, because that door is still open and you can get out once more. feel like there's this kind something that's also telling me nobody is closing the door for, nobody is closing the window. It's just there. It's still there. You are not trapped inside the kitchen. The kitchen is just too big, and it's just that you have been here for so long. You thought that this is the only thing that maybe at some point you forgot that you entered the kitchen. Speaking of the fly, you can probably hear him. Yeah, it's funny how you can realize these things in very random instances, through smaller creatures. I think the smaller creatures, sometimes I feel like the flowers in the trees, in the insects, they have more wisdom than the humans sometimes, I feel so. And also sometimes I feel like they come to you and share them, like what happened this morning. Sometimes they find you. Sometimes you look for the lessons, and sometimes the lessons look for you. In different forms, I guess. don't I don't think, if I was the fly, I don't think I regret exploring the kitchen of someone's kitchen, even if I feel scared or jumpy or trapped, because I also got to know what a pot is. Maybe in the realms of the fly, they don't have pots. I got to know what a pot looks like, even if I don't have a name for it, because I'm a fly. I don't know what humans call the pot. Or I got to see a painting of a flower, or the sound of a fridge. I got to see the faucet, or a bigger entity that is putting something on their mouths while watching me. I got to see all these things. Maybe they have caused some fear, but I get to see these things that I never would have known if I haven't found myself in someone's kitchen. And I felt the things that I felt. And I wouldn't have felt them maybe if I didn't have that experience of being trapped in the kitchen and slamming myself on what looks like freedom, but it's not. On the illusion of that that could have fractured me or spilled my guts if I hit it maybe in the wrong angles, or if I happen to be not as adaptable or flexible as I was, I would have murdered myself on the illusion of freedom that I slammed myself into. What is the lifespan of the big fly? I don't know this. Because do they only have 24 hours or more? I don't know. Because it could also be that if regret is something that could happen, maybe it's just because of how short the lifespan is of some entity that they spent, for example, the time exploring the kitchen or being trapped in the kitchen. They spent it when they don't have this luxury of exploring. When they only have time for a clean, straight sort of lifetime. Don't know. But I'm glad that I have lived long enough to not regret my exploration, my unexpected, and what you call this, when you don't ask for something but it's handed to you anyway. I don't regret it. Even if I seem to have explored someone's kitchen for 2 decades, at least 2 decades, but I think I may have found the way out now. Aren't we just flies? Are we? Do you feel like a fly? Do you feel like a fly? Or a bee? I just saw a bee.